a whack feeling when your kid don't, not even trying to you and try to call somebody else mom. That shit got me so hot, my nigga. So hot. Like, yo, I do not play when it comes to my child. Don't play with me. I'm not even gonna touch y'all because everybody wanna be suing people. I'ma spit at y'all motherfucker like this. Like that. Don't play when it comes to my kid.
The rap world is in flames again. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are back at it, and this time it's uglier than ever. Their feud has been dragging on for years, but what's happening right now? It's beyond wild, it's personal, it's cruel, and it's spiraling fast. What started as a few shady tweets turned into an all-out digital war, with both of them allegedly taking aim at each other's kids. Yep, it went there. Cardi supposedly hinted that Nicki's son, Papa Bear, was slow, feeding into whispers that had already been floating around. Those whispers quickly blew up into full-blown speculation that Papa Bear might be autistic. But the real chaos came when Cardi reportedly took things to a whole other level. Instead of just trading insults, she allegedly claimed to have real tea, Papa Bear's actual medical records. And get this, she's now threatening to drop them online for everyone to see. That's not just messy, that's explosive. In one move, she crossed the line from clapbacks to a full-blown scandal, practically confirming private rumors and putting Nicki's child right in the middle of a media storm. Now this isn't just a feud anymore, and it's a straight-up nightmare. Cardi and Nicki have set the internet on fire, and fans everywhere are picking sides like it's a championship game. It's gotten so bad, people are saying, take me out the group chat because how did we even get here? This used to be a rap beef, now it's an emotional war zone. Everyone knows these two can't stand each other, and peace ain't in the cards anytime soon. But nobody thought they'd start dragging each other's kids into the mess. The internet has turned into the wild, wild west over this, with fans fighting harder than the rappers themselves.
Fuck the city girls. It is 1 a.m. and y'all bitches is tweeting back and forth. Get in the fucking booth. Get in the booth. Cardi is fighting back. Nicki, Onika, I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, you tweet. No, bitch, get in the fucking booth. I better have a diss track on my Spotify by fucking Wednesday morning at the latest. Y'all bitches spend way too much time on fucking Twitter. This is the thing. I love rap beef. I need the beef to be in the music. I don't care about your tweets. I don't care about who had an abortion. I don't give a fuck about who had a baby. I don't care who had multiple baby fathers. I don't care. You are rappers. Get in the goddamn booth because y'all are talking reckless.
And the crazy part, it all popped off right after Cardi dropped her new album, Am I the Drama? And baby, yes you are. Ever since it hit the streets, Nicki's fans have been convinced Cardi's been throwing slick shade at their queen long before the release. In one clip, fans swear Cardi's not only shading Nicki, but bragging that she's gonna outsell her too. Things are getting loud, petty, and way too real. Cardi might not have dropped any names, but fans aren't slow. They instantly pieced it together and figured she was aiming her shots straight at Nicki's Pink Friday 2. Considering the years of slick shade between them, it wasn't a hard guess. Cardi's new album sold a massive 200,000 units first week, a huge win in today's game. But Nicki's Pink Friday 2 had edged her out, pulling in around 227,000 units in its first week, and that's when things started heating up for real. Fans quickly noticed Nicki had been retweeting posts that looked like straight shade aimed at Cardi. She was reposting stuff like, Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 228,000 remains the biggest first week for a female rap album this decade and the largest vinyl sales week for a female rap album since 1991. Then another bragging, Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 remains the biggest opening on global Spotify and US charts for a female rapper. And to top it off, despite multiple new releases since 2023, Pink Friday 2 by the Queen Nicki Minaj still holds the biggest debut for a female rap album on Spotify. Even noting, it debuted at 28.2 million streams the first day. No doubt Nicki earned her bragging rights, those are crazy stats. But the timing? Whew. People were congratulating Cardi on her success while Nicki was busy boosting her own numbers. It felt less like celebration and more like a low-key jab, and that's when fans knew this back and forth was about to explode. Then came the chaos nobody saw coming. Cardi allegedly exposed private info about Papa Bear and rumors about autism. That's when Nicki snapped and tweeted her now viral diss, Barney Dangerous, ABCDEFG, falling off the charts with that big belly running trains barefoot, still smelly, still you could not outsell me, ABCDEFG surgery to look like me, Tell the Rat and Tell Jay-Z, Rico Fraud and Perjury, ABCDEFG Lighten said that her mom was streaming. The whole alphabet bar was a direct hit at Cardi's magnet track on her album, which also played with letters. Cardi instantly clocked the shade and clapped back hard, tweeting, "What Cardi B say in her #1 album? Oh yeah, must call on notifications and alerts, cause everything I do." A hating BC at first. She doubled down with another tweet. Coca-Cola Barbie. The power I have. Make these beats come out of rehab every time. Go to your effing room. Nothing more annoying than a bore bee. You must have missed me, huh? Crazy. Now kiss my feet. This wasn't just playful shade anymore. It was a full-on lyrical street fight online and everybody was watching. Whew, things went from bad to downright nuclear after that. Nicki wasn't holding back anymore and she threw a wild shot tweeting, "Broads talking pregnant with the fourth babe, Barry, BBVHPV, allegedly." The internet froze. It was a clear dig at Cardi and that one hit below the belt. Cardi caught wind of it and instantly fired back with her own alphabet-style clapback saying, "A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your man has to snatch P. P tastes like honey. Comb your bro. B touching 12-year-old. The crowd went silent. This was no longer funny banter. It was scorched earth. Then Cardi doubled down again, saying, "All right, now this is the third tweet talking about my pregnancy. Like you wasn't going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce. All them P's scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly. Lord protect my baby." That one left everybody clutching their phones. Nicki tried to backtrack slightly, replying, "Also, let me say this though, I have never had fertility issues. It's not something to be used as a drag. To the women who are actually living that pain, blaming themselves, we could only imagine. And pray for them, love them, uplift them, not use these women as a punchline." A classy response. But the piece didn't last long, because that's when Nicki took it somewhere nobody thought she would. She brought Cardi's daughter into it. Nicki tweeted, "Barney B and Tour Vulture," which many thought was calling Cardi a culture vulture. But when she followed up with culture vul, "You ugly too," it was clear she meant Cardi's daughter. Culture. Fans couldn't believe it. She went there. Nicki didn't stop. She kept firing off wild tweets like, "Album flopped, you flopped. Never want to fight. Outrank you when you're gone to gangs. Shut up and come fight." And even more disturbing ones like, "Sympathy Baby couldn't pull 228,000, a B-port mission." Then she went all the way left, tweeting, "Culture, you one road and a monkey like your sister Cokie. B, please don't sniff Coca-Cola with baby number 4 and 5. Culture, a vulture, and her mama a crow. So stupid to not see, and once Wendy ate that crow, what happened? They played you to do that hex to yourself, your flop heavy tongue hot for once." Fans were stunned. This wasn't just shade anymore, this was pure chaos. That's when Cardi finally hit her breaking point. She clapped back with full fire saying, "Do you wish you could call my daughter ugly?" Culture was beautiful, and you know that. You hate so deep. It's dark and nasty because your son non-verbal. That last tweet sent shockwaves across the internet. Everyone knew this feud had just hit a point of no return. Both of them crossed lines no one thought they'd ever touch, and social media was spinning out of control. This is where things went completely off the rails. They got dark, personal, and downright brutal. Cardi lashed out and said, "'Cause you messed him up with them drugs. You jealous of everybody's kids and their happiness. Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak in banging spoons because your mom couldn't put the drugs down. I'm sorry your mom don't even pay attention to you on your birthday because she's so obsessed and dark-spirited. Hating hoe." The banging spoons line was a direct jab at a video of Papa Bear doing exactly that, which had already gone viral online. Cardi was basically saying, "Who said anybody but y'all?" doubling down and refusing to hold back even a little bit. She kept swinging, tweeting, "You said that culture was what? That slow son that came out your pee. You was wishing so much negativity on me while I was pregnant, and look at your karma. Look what your rotten pee produced. Now he a 5-year-old tippy-toeing around the house and can't spell his name."
There is an album, so you talking about no album with it? What? Y'all don't even want me to drop that album because y'all gonna be crying, because I'm gonna outsell. I'm gonna have hits. I'm gonna be on top. That's a fact. Y'all better, you don't, y'all never watched the Freddy Our Parents when they say you gotta be careful what you wish for because what you be wishing for is not what you're gonna want.
The whole internet went silent after that. Nobody expected her to go this hard. But Nicki wasn't done either. She clapped back with even colder words, tweeting, "Derek, culture vulture. Your mom is pregnant with another monkey to add to her litter. The gag is that she was jealous of a little baby boy simply because his hair was smaller than all 4 of you bald monkeys put together." That line sent shockwaves through social media. It wasn't just shade anymore, it was full-blown cruelty. Cardi saw that and went off. She wrote, "I said it back in 2018 and nobody believed me. But you've been talking about my child since I was pregnant. You've been jealous of my child. I had never mentioned or talked about your kid. It's one thing to be jealous of me, but to be jealous of my kids is insane. You're jealous of my kids because they're beautiful and smart, and that's why God punished you with having a slow kid. You hate your child because you wish you could brag on him and his milestones, but the only thing you can brag on is his hair. You dummy. I'm telling you again, stop playing with my kid. You just made your son's favorite color is 5. Get the F on, you crackhead. Fans were stunned. It was like watching two heavyweight boxers throwing knockout punches at each other in real time. Then Nicki came back swinging again, tweeting, "Barney B said she wishes she was dead." Even after beginning her letter of monkeys Jake's to 5, bad for y'all. She continued for Raw and got pregnant with another monkey. You said, "Oh well, he all my baby daddies now." She didn't stop there either. Nicki added, "Your husband said he never liked you. Hubby told you years ago how ugly you always looked, swollen and busted in the face from surgery. So guess what? You said, 'So take my money, yes daddy?' Ow, it's both our money now." That was the breaking point for Cardi, the exact moment she completely lost her cool. Right after that, she blacked out on Nicki and went for the jugular, pulling out what she claimed were Nicki's medical records. At that point, the beef had gone from a rap rivalry to straight-up war. Cardi wasn't holding back at all. She went for the jugular. She tweeted, "Why it's kept is you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years. And you also on heavy perks, Xanax, and you don't listen to nobody around you. The only person that has the power is Kenneth Petty. But you know what happens with that Amex when you sedated, y'all." Social media gasped. It was one of the nastiest reads yet. There have long been rumors swirling about Kenneth allegedly encouraging Nicki to use substances because it made it easier for him to control her. And Cardi leaned hard into that speculation. Kim Barbie was the first to publicly spill this kind of tea, saying, "You want to holler that people judge your disgusting husband because they're not used to being loved, but you know who is used to being loved? Exactly like you. Wendy Williams. He loved her pockets to the end, letting her do all types of substances so he could keep digging in that purse while you sit up there looking like that." Cardi basically echoed the same energy, suggesting Kenneth was mixing nose candy with horse tranquilizers and Ozempic to keep Nicki out of it and looking foolish while taking her money. It was a brutal comparison, and it had people shook because it wasn't just a diss at Nicki anymore, it was dragging her home life into the mess too. But Cardi still wasn't done. She started to lean even harder into the rumors surrounding Papa Bear. According to her, she's got receipts to prove everything. She wrote, "And let me tell you something. Let this be the last time you mention my kids before I spill tea on yours. While you talking about ABCS, you gonna leave me the F alone today, ho? I'm sick of you, B." Now let's be real. There have been whispers online about Nicki's son allegedly being autistic, but there's no actual proof. It's just speculation among fans. Papa Bear is only 5 years old and people haven't really seen him speaking on social media the way a typical child his age might, but at the same time we don't see many videos of him at all. For all we know, he could be a total chatterbox. His parents just don't post it. Still, in the hands of trolls and fans, that lack of public footage has turned into so-called confirmation that Papa Bear is nonverbal and autistic. And with Cardi claiming she's got receipts, a lot of people are running with it as a gotcha moment against Nicki, but the truth is, this crossed a major line. Bringing up kids and their possible medical conditions isn't just petty, it's cruel. Autism is not something to be used as a punchline or weapon in a feud, and a lot of people online were saying the same thing. Leave the babies out of it. This beef has gotten too dark, too personal, and way out of hand. And just when you thought things couldn't possibly get any messier, boom, the internet caught fire all over again. After Cardi's explosive claims about Nicki's mental health and Papa Bear, the entire hip-hop world split in half. Barbz versus Bardi Gang. It was all-out digital warfare. Timelines were burning, group chats were collapsing, and even celebs started quietly unfollowing both of them to stay out the crossfire. Nicki's fans came swinging with hashtags like #ProtectPapaBear and #PrayForNicki, accusing Cardi of crossing every moral line imaginable. Meanwhile, Cardi's fans fired back with #ExposeTheQueen and #WeStandWithCardi, saying Nicki had been playing dirty for years and was finally getting a taste of her own medicine. Every tweet, every post, every live stream was breaking the internet. Nobody could look away. Then came the wild twist, and screenshots started circulating allegedly showing Cardi in DMs with someone from Nicki's team. People claimed Cardi was trying to get confirmation on Papa Bear's condition, and others said Nicki's camp was leaking false info just to make Cardi look unhinged. The receipts were messy, unverified, and definitely suspect, but that didn't stop the chaos. The blogs ate it up like Thanksgiving dinner, and the story spread faster than wildfire. In the middle of the madness, Nicki suddenly went live, visibly furious but calm enough to throw some sharp shade. She said, "You can talk about me all you want, but you cross that line talking about my child? Now I'm not playing with you."
Call it what you want, but this beef between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B is quite entertaining. I love a good rap beef. And with these ladies both being from New York, their insults hit hard. They go low. Their insults are vile. They do not hold back whatsoever. These two have been very consistent. They do not like each other, and I don't think they ever will. And the thing is, I get both sides. One person feels like, hey, I'm the coach, I'm the person who put you on, you need to respect me, blah, 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 blah. But the other person feels like, you're not about to sun me. And that's just very New York on both ends. Y'all can call me messy, but I truthfully feel like this just makes music fun. Because now we're all patiently waiting for March 27th to get here so we can listen to Nicki diss Cardi and the rest of her sons. But anyways, thank you to these ladies for entertaining me before I went to bed.
Fans went crazy. Her comments were flooded with flames, prayer emojis, and drag her queen messages. Nicki didn't drop any names, but we all knew exactly who she meant. And not to be outdone, Cardi popped up on her own live hours later, nails tapping, energy on 10. She said, "I don't regret nothing. You bring up my kids, I bring up yours. Simple. You're not gonna keep poking me and think I'ma stay quiet." She didn't hold back, doubling down like she had nothing to lose. That's when fans realized this wasn't just rap beef anymore, this was real-life hatred bubbling over. Even industry insiders started chiming in. One producer claimed both rappers were being investigated for allegedly hacking each other's fan accounts. Another insider said brands were quietly pulling back from working with either woman because the drama had gotten too toxic for corporate partnerships. Like, imagine beefing so hard you start losing million-dollar deals. By now, everyone was saying the same thing. This feud might have just gone too far to ever come back from. Kids, partners, mental health, alleged medical records, nothing was off limits anymore. What started as a few shady bars turned into one of the ugliest, most personal celebrity wars in rap history. And the craziest part? Both of them were still tweeting through it. No apologies, no remorse, just non-stop jabs, lives, and subs. The world was glued to their phones waiting for the next move, because at this point it wasn't just beef. It was a full-blown rap soap opera in real time. Just when the dust almost started to settle, both Nicki and Cardi decided to crank the heat right back up. Out of nowhere, Cardi dropped a few cryptic posts that sent the internet into meltdown mode. She tweeted, "When they finally see the screenshots, don't say I didn't warn y'all," and followed it up with, "Ain't no queen when you're crown plastic." That alone had people screaming, because who else could she possibly be talking about? Nicki, of course, didn't stay quiet for long. Minutes later, she came swinging right back, posting, "Screenshots? I got videos, boo, keep playing." And then she dropped a clip, a dark, low-quality video showing someone that fans swore looked like Cardi arguing backstage with security during an event. Nobody could confirm if it was real, but the timing was way too convenient. It looked like Nicki was saying, "You want to play games? I got evidence too." From that moment on, it was chaos all over again. Cardi fired back with an Instagram story showing her DMs flooded with support and captioned it, "The streets know who the real one is." Meanwhile, Nicki's Barbz started posting alleged old texts between Cardi and an industry exec hinting that she'd been trying to sabotage Nicki's streaming numbers. Again, zero proof. But that didn't stop the rumor mill from spinning faster than ever. Then came the wildest part. Nicki allegedly called out Cardi's label directly during a live stream saying, "Tell your bosses to stop paying for fake love and manufactured numbers. We see the bots, baby." That line alone had the entire internet howling. Cardi didn't let it slide either. She went live the same night and said, "Keep my label out your mouth and keep my name out your next song, grandma. You worried about streams? I'm worried about checks." Boom, mic drop. By now, it wasn't just fans watching. It's major blogs, gossip pages, even mainstream news outlets were covering the feud like it was breaking world news. Everyone wanted to know what would happen next, and neither of them showed any signs of slowing down. And then, like a movie twist, someone leaked a clip supposedly from a studio session where a mystery rapper was dissing both Cardi and Nicki, calling them two drama queens fighting for a plastic crown. Fans went wild trying to figure out who it was, and some swore it sounded like Megan Thee Stallion, others said Doja Cat, and a few even guessed Ice Spice. That speculation alone threw gasoline on the fire. Now the rap scene feels like it's walking on eggshells. Every female rapper is being asked to pick a side, and the tension's getting thick. Brands are staying quiet, fan bases are at war, and both Nicki and Cardi are standing firm, neither willing to back down. Man, these kids are already out here fighting for their lives in the spotlight, and their mama's out here making it worse. Like seriously, at this point somebody needs to lock Cardi and Nicki in a room and let them duke it out because this beef has gotten beyond messy, it's straight up toxic. Nobody even knows who'd win anymore because the hate between these two runs deep. Throwing shade and trading bars online is one thing, but dragging innocent kids into it, saying cruel, twisted stuff about each other's babies, that's next level nasty. They're grown women with families, but they're acting like teenagers on social media. And the whole internet's watching like it's reality TV gone wrong. This whole mess low-key feels like a repeat of that old school Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown feud back in the day, except worse. Back then, shots were fired and thankfully nobody lost their life. But this situation, it's spiraling faster and darker every single day. We got Cardi threatening to leak medical records, Nicki clapping back like her whole legacy's under attack. It's gone from rap beef to full-blown destruction mode. What started as petty shade has turned into an all-out war where nothing is off limits. Family, fair game, kids, dragged in, private health info, suddenly a weapon. Like what in the HIPAA violation is going on here? It's gotten so deep that people aren't even talking about the music anymore. They're just waiting to see who goes lower next. At this point, it's not about bars, it's about bruises, emotional, public, and maybe even career ones. The real question now is, how much darker can this possibly get? Because if this is where the fight's at right now, what happens next could take it somewhere neither of them can ever come back from. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think will fold first, and who's gonna take the crown in this chaotic showdown? And don't forget to check out the next video, cause trust me, this drama, it's far from over.